I stayed silent during my divorce, and that silence changed everything. When my husband asked for a divorce, it wasn't dramatic. No yelling, no tears. He sat across from me at the kitchen table, scrolling on his phone, and said he was done pretending. He told me he wanted a clean, fast split. No lawyers, no drama, just fairness. He smiled when he said that, like he was doing me a favor. Everyone expected me to fight. My friends told me to expose him. My family wanted me to demand answers, closure, justice. But I didn't do any of that. I nodded, I said, okay, and I stayed quiet. What no one knew was that I'd spent the last 3 years managing everything. Bills, investments, taxes, property paperwork, insurance policies. My husband made more money, so he assumed he was the powerful one. But I was the one who knew where every dollar went. I knew which accounts were joint, which weren't, and which ones he'd quietly forgotten about. During mediation, he talked a lot. He bragged about how generous he was being. He told the mediator I'd never handled finances and wouldn't understand complex assets. I kept my mouth shut. I didn't correct him. I didn't argue, I just took notes. He assumed my silence meant weakness. When he proposed the settlement, it looked fair on the surface. House split, savings split, no spousal support. He pushed for a quick signature. I asked for time. Just time. He rolled his eyes but agreed. That night, I went through everything one last time. Old emails, bank statements, documents I'd quietly saved over the years without even knowing why. That's when I found it, an investment account he'd opened in his name only, funded with money from our joint business. He'd never disclosed it, not once. I still didn't confront him. Instead, I handed everything to my lawyer. At the next meeting, my husband walked in confident, relaxed. He joked with the mediator. Then my lawyer slid the documents across the table. The room went silent. My husband's face changed in real-time confusion, then panic. He tried to explain, claimed it was an oversight, a mistake. The mediator stopped him. Non-disclosure changes everything. Suddenly, the quick divorce he wanted wasn't so quick anymore. In the end, I got the house. I got a larger share of the assets. I received spousal support he swore I'd never qualify for. Not because I yelled, not because I exposed him publicly, because I stayed quiet long enough to let him underestimate me. When the papers were finally signed, he asked me one last question. "Why didn't you say anything earlier?" I looked at him and said, "You never listened when I spoke, so I let the paperwork talk instead." Silence didn't make me weak. It made me win.